It finally happened! Now I bet most of you are incredibly excited after seeing the new trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, which finally has a name. And Nintendo told us that this title would reveal a lot, and in some ways I think it does. And today I will share my thoughts on it all, because I think that I know what the story of the game will be. Sure, Zonai this and other Link that, but I want to talk about other stuff. Something that could truly explain everything. So let's dive right in. Now in the opening of the trailer we see a mysterious figure that we haven't really seen before, and in the beginning it confused me. And as the trailer goes on we get to see more stone carvings depicting a battle of sorts. And this mysterious figure works together with what seems to be Princess Zelda. But it seems like that this mysterious figure used these 7 items to save the world from this invading evil. At that point we go over to gameplay, which looks really cool, but I want to focus on what we actually saw in the beginning, because I think this, together with the other trailers and the title, actually tells us exactly what this game is about. Now let's start from the very beginning by taking a quick look at the first trailer we ever got for this game. You can see that Ganondorf is trapped somewhere deep under the ground in some sort of tunnel system, with a hand holding on to him. It seems like he is stuck down there, and his hand and arm look similar to the one seen in the new trailer. The mysterious figure seems to be a perfect fit. Now in the trailer we can see that Ganondorf eventually breaks free, and we also see how he ended up there. However, at that point, all the other trailers we have seen so far don't really elaborate on any of this. Sure, we see that Link is being attacked by Malice, ends up getting a cool new arm, potentially gets sent back in time or to a different era, and gains new powers while fighting enemies that look a lot like the ones seen in the new trailer. So what does any of this mean? Well, we will start by looking at the mysterious figure from the new trailer and the orbs surrounding her. Personally, I think this represents 2 things: the Tears of the Kingdom and the heroines from the Gerudo folklore. Now the 7 heroines are known as the divine protectors of the Gerudo people, and massive statues that stand in their honor can be found in the East Gerudo ruins on the east end of the Gerudo desert. Each heroine is said to have a unique power, which are skill, spirit, endurance, knowledge, flight, motion, and gentleness. But there's also an 8th one, who was wiped from history and doesn't exist according to many, but you can actually find a statue of her. And personally, I think this story ties into everything. The mysterious figure we see is the 8th heroine, while the tear orbs around her represent the others. There are exactly 7 after all, and the symbols seen in the orbs are also associated with the 7 heroines, which you can see right here. But what did they exactly do? Well, they combined all their powers to become the ultimate saviors of the Gerudo people by locking Ganon away. As most of you know, Ganondorf is the incarnation of the Demon King Demise, and he will always return no matter what. This was seen during the end of Skyward Sword, and to be more specific, he will always reincarnate as a Gerudo man, and thanks to this, many generations of Gerudo have suffered under him, with some even trying to break free. This is also seen in games like Ocarina of Time, but it seems like they tried something new long before the events of Breath of the Wild. We can see an invading army that is winning, and all hope seems lost, until the 8 heroines unite and seal Ganon away. But it seems like he is frozen in place. Some sort of frozen in time, which is most likely the power of the 8th heroine, time manipulation. And because she and Ganondorf are frozen in time, people forgot about her. So this time the Gerudo were free from Ganondorf to an extent, because he still leaks malice, and thanks to this we ended up with Calamity Ganon, by using this trick which required the sacrifice of these heroines. Thanks to this, the Gerudo were set free, but sadly enough this cycle cannot be broken, which is even represented in the logo of the game. You can see some sort of snake creatures eating their own tails, which is also a concept in folklore, because in many mythologies a snake biting in its own tail signifies infinity and the cycle of birth and and death, which is quite fitting if you ask me. Now in the end it is clear that this trick doesn't work. You can't break the cycle and evil returns no matter what. And so when Link released Ganondorf, he was chosen by the 8th heroine to correct the mistake she and her sisters made. And so that is how you end up with the arm and powers like the time reversal, as well as the flying machine. Those are the powers of the heroines that were given to Link just like the champions did in Breath of the Wild. And it seems like Link is being sent back in time or needs to relive a former life to actually solve the situation. That's why you are sent back in time. That's why you are fighting bokoblins with huge horns just like we see in those carvings. And that's why Link gets a new arm and new powers. Now I bet some of you will be asking, what about the Zonai then? We hear so much about them, so what's up with them? Well, personally, I think the concept of the Zonais is a bit misleading, because after coming to this conclusion, I actually think the Zonai were potentially evil. It could be that this tribe was actually filled with monsters and Gerudos, while Ganondorf was their ruler. But then when the 8 heroines betrayed Ganondorf and locked him away, they were able to escape this horrible situation. You can even see this in the first trailer. It's clear that Ganondorf was caught off guard when he was imprisoned. In some ways it kinda reminds me of the assassination of Julius Caesar. And so, because the Gerudo succeeded, they were able to decide their own future. Which they did. They ended up becoming allies with the Hylian Kingdom and built their own city. But now the Gerudo Kingdom and even the Hylian Kingdom are in danger, and Link must save the world once again. Now this is my take on it all, so be sure to let me know down below what you think about it, and share your own ideas. Aside from that, be sure to check out my other Zelda videos that are on screen right now. Thank you all so much for coming, I hope you enjoyed this short little video. It's something I discussed during a live stream when watching the direct and theorizing about it afterwards. So let me know what you think about it. Be sure to check out the other videos I did. I did some on Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, other stuff. So be sure to check them out and subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Bye!